Will online video be the first use case of 5G?
Definitely, it's largely the case of this idea of sort of build it and they will come. If you build out a high performance mobile broadband network, then the content providers will optimize their services around the performance on those networks, will deliver a better user experience because that means more eyeballs on your content, longer viewing of your content. So there's real upside to, if I'm YouTube, delivering the best quality video that I can to a device based on what are the connectivity options for that device, what are the environments. So certainly there's many studies out there showing that the higher the quality of the video, the longer people will stick with watching content. So certainly sort of 4G delivered that level of experience that really enhanced the appeal to consumers of the content. And that is the challenge for 5G. I mean, the differentiated services we see being pushed that could make use of 5G bandwidth are things like ultra high definition video and sort of 360-degree video, so your ability to change your viewing angle based on the video you're consuming. Again, it's slightly debatable. On a 6-inch smartphone screen, are you going to recognize the difference between HD and UHD? You probably would from a technical point of view, but in terms of does that necessarily enhance my experience significantly? The other use case that I pushed early on with 5G and the consumer market was cloud gaming. Sort of this ability to move away from the need to download a large 1 gigabyte game file to be able to play a sort of a high quality video game on my phone, sort of moving that to a cloud gaming experience. You find the game you want, you click play, and within a couple of seconds you're playing that game. A different play on an existing kind of use case of gaming on mobiles is a strong market. Again, it's debatable whether as a consumer, do I particularly care how the game is delivered to my phone? I want to press play and start playing. If when I start a new game, it takes me 5 minutes to download that game and get going, that's mildly inconvenient, but it's not a deal breaker from my personal point of view. So cloud gaming was a challenging use case there. So yeah, it's been hard. Some of the early consumer 5G services have been slightly differentiated, but not differentiated enough to really drive adoption. It's probably VR and extended reality that is the slight game changer for 5G, something that does need significant bandwidth and is slightly harder to do at a good quality level on a 4G network. But again, you're back to almost need to wait for the content industry to catch up there. You've got probably the South Korean operators have done the most in that space to try and seed the market with VR and AR content, because the major movie studios or games developers have been sort of slightly slower to do that. So it's a case of ultimately, as more people get 5G smartphones, as we all, or as content providers see that users consistently get 200, 300 megabits per second down and a good strong uplink channel, that's a point where they start to sort of develop content that really makes the most of that 5G network. And it's probably worth saying, I mean, mobile video wasn't created by 4G, and it wasn't sort of the day 4G networks were switched on, suddenly we had this huge proliferation in sort of video content and the quality of video content. Again, that was a bit of a slow burner. Once you get a critical mass of devices and network experiences, the content industry kind of moves in line to exploit that. So I think we're hopefully getting to that tipping point where, if I'm a content developer, there is value in me developing content that is very much optimized for a 5G network experience.